A lot has happened since our last video when it comes to me and sports cards. Let's talk about it. In our last video, we broke down the numbers of what it would take for me to be able to do sports cards and content full time. In that video, we went over how much I think I would need to make in order to feel comfortable making the jump to full time, and we also went over what I thought my day-to-day schedule would look like. Since that video, we have done 2 Whatnot shows, and I have had a full day to myself where I was able to simulate what a day would look like if I was doing cards full time. So let's go over it. Let's start with my first ever Whatnot show. If we look at the analytics here, we sold 105 total cards. Now, if you have been following me on TikTok, you might remember a video that I made back in March where I bought 105 cards for $104 at my local card show in Nashville. Well, these are the cards that I ended up selling during my first show on Whatnot. During this show, like I said, sold 105 cards, did 5 giveaways, so I did post a couple of those cards after the show on eBay, so it wasn't every single one of them, but for the most part, it was mostly those cards that I bought. We did 105 total orders. 5 of them were giveaways. We did $337 in sales during that first Whatnot show. We had about 35 to 40 viewers the entire time. It was a great time. The chat was super active, and we had a lot of fun. After Whatnot fees, of that $337 in sales that we made, Whatnot paid out $217.54. That is what is in my completed earnings so far. All of those orders have been delivered. Those fees do seem a little bit high. It's over $100 in fees based off of the Whatnot fees and the shipping, but it is what it is. I'm looking at that completed earnings number and it says $217. And based off of the cards that I sold in that show, knowing that I spent $104 on the cards that were in the show and I made $217 off the show, that tells me I'm doubling my money, which I am absolutely happy with. Now, with this $217 that was now in my pocket, I used that to try to reinvest and buy more cards for future shows. And I also scheduled my second show. I ended up ordering over 1,200 cards this week on Monday. Most of them are not here yet. I did get one lot that I ended up selling in the second show, and let's kind of go over that entire day. On Friday, I had an off day, and my kid's daycare wasn't closed, which was great. So I didn't have to worry about going to work, and I didn't have to worry about taking care of my kid that day. So I ended up simulating a day of what it would look like if I was doing cards full time. Let's just go over what the day kind of looked like. Now, in my last video, I had a simulated schedule of what I thought the day would look like. Didn't exactly follow that whole schedule, and I now, looking at it, am realizing I'm probably going to be working longer than a general 9 to 5. At least that's what I did on Friday. So I had originally planned for 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to be me packaging orders. I didn't have any orders to pack. So after that, I was planning on either doing a Whatnot show, listing on eBay, or doing a TikTok shop live. I decided on Friday, because I didn't really have anything to prep for, because I was already prepped for my Whatnot show that night, that I was going to do a TikTok shop live from 9 o'clock until noon. And that's what we did. So during that TikTok shop live, I was attempting to sell any type of sports card related products on my sports card page, whether that be display cases, label printers, bubble mailers, etc. Really anything that you see me making TikTok shop videos on, that's what I was trying to sell during that live. How much money did we make during that TikTok shop live? Drum roll, please. $0.00. But we did have people add stuff to their cart, so that kind of counts, but not really at the time. So a little disappointing, but is what it is. And it's also kind of a red flag. The fact that we were 3 hours into that TikTok shop live and didn't make any money off of it was definitely concerning, but I had to remind myself that I have not done a TikTok shop live in about 6 months. And back when I was doing it consistently, I was making anywhere between $100 and $200 a stream for streaming about an hour to an hour and a half to 2 hours every single stream. So it is possible that it's one of those things, as long as I just stick with it, it's going to work out. But it was concerning that we didn't make anything during those 3 hours. After we did that TikTok shop live, I went to lunch because it was noon. And then after lunch, on my personal TikTok page, not my sports card page, I made about 10 TikTok shop videos doing 10 different products. Also didn't make any sales that day from those videos, but the views on them were really good. And if you've ever done TikTok shop videos before, you know that sales don't always come as soon as you make the videos, but as long as that video is getting views and getting good views, it's more than likely it's going to lead to at least one sale. I had several of the videos get over 3,000 views, which for TikTok shop videos is pretty good. Also, looking at my data from that day, just from TikTok shop in general, from previous videos that I have made, I actually made about $38 from my TikTok shop videos that I had made previously on that day. So for the day, I had made about $38, and it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So $38 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, not great, but we did still have a Whatnot stream that we were prepping for. Now, if you remember, for that first Whatnot show, I did source pretty much every single card that was in that show. But for this second show, I had tried to order cards. I can't remember if I mentioned it already or not, but I ordered about 1,200 cards on Monday, hoping that I would get at least some of them by Friday. I only ended up getting one of the 12 lots that I ended up buying. So the one lot that I got was a 20 card King Griffey Jr. lot that I ended up winning in an eBay auction for $6.50. Now remember that, because we made good on that lot. Now, before I get into the full analytics of the second show, on that King Griffey Jr. lot specifically, like I said, we paid $6.50 free shipping plus a little bit of tax. So we were all in on that lot for, I guess, about $7. We sold all 20 of those cards during the second show, and those 20 cards specifically made $46. So I netted almost $40 just on that one lot. Now, if we look at the rest of that second show, we had 115 total orders. Now, that might seem like I did 115 total cards, and it's not. It was actually more than 115 total cards. So I had 5 giveaways in this show as well, but my giveaways for this show, instead of being single cards, were actually packs of 88 Donruss. So I gave away 5 packs, and then so it should have been about 110 cards after that, but it ended up being more than that, because what happened, the first show this didn't happen at all. Every card that I posted during the stream sold the first time I listed it. Now, the second show, I had several cards that did not sell the first time that I ran them on the auctions, which was fine. I knew I was going to have some that people just weren't going to want that were in the show at the time. So what I did with those cards that didn't sell the first time is I put them in a row and stacked them all together, and then at the end of the show, I went back through them and put together lots, whether that be a player lot or a team lot. So if I had multiple cards of the same player, I just did one big player lot and ran it again, and it would sell, or I just put together like a Dodgers or a Braves or a Yankees team lot, and that worked out as well. Nobody wanted the Stars of the MLB inserts, which I get, I understand, but I had several of those that didn't sell, so at the very end, the very last auction that I ran was a like 5, 6, 7 card lot of Stars of the MLB cards that did end up selling. So it was like, I think it sold for $5 and it was 7 total cards, but it's cool. We move stuff. That's the ultimate goal too, is we want to move stuff. Of those 115 total orders, our estimated sales was $303. So it was a little bit less than the first one, but the payout right now is just an estimated payout because it hasn't paid out yet. But the estimated payout was $212, which was almost the same as the first one. Now, what I did with this second show is I did up the price of shipping a little bit. My first show, I did maximum $5 shipping. The second show, I did maximum $6.50 shipping, because if you remember based off of the fees. It was like $120 worth of fees on the first show. A lot of that was me eating shipping. So I did bump up the shipping price just a little bit. A lot of people have been mentioning that you can do PWE on Whatnot as well. I might try to do that, but so far the first two shows, the $6.50 and the $5 shipping has worked out. So I might just keep it that way for now. If we combine the total earnings between the two shows, I have in my pocket from the two shows $439.99. We'll just round that up to $440. With the 1,200 cards that I have coming that I bought last week that aren't here yet, I spent a grand total of about $500 because I also had to order some more penny sleeves and top loaders because the 950 card refractor lot is coming and I don't think any of them are sleeved. So I'm going to have to sleeve all of them myself. So I paid about $120 for penny sleeves and top loaders, and then I spent about $400 on cards. But we're going to have a lot of cards coming. Our average sale price through those first two shows is a little over $3. So if we have 1,200 cards coming and we stick to that average or even go up a little bit, if we average about $3 a card sales worth for those 1,200 cards, we're looking at a potential $3,600 payout once all of those cards are sold. Let me rephrase. We're looking at $3,600 worth of sales. I'm not 100% sure what the payout would be, but it should be pretty good. If those sales end up doing really well, then that is going to tell me I'm going to have to really, really strongly consider doing this. I mean, I've already been strongly considering doing this, but if Whatnot takes off, it could potentially be really, really good to the fact that even if TikTok were to get banned, I might still be able to work this out, which is really, really cool. It also tells me that I can continue to scale it and just do more and more and more. Now, it's going to be a lot more work on me, but if we can scale it, I get excited thinking about it. I'm not going to lie. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video. More of a vlog than anything. But overall, I'm having a great time. We're getting closer and closer to reaching our goal of being able to do this full time. If you are interested in joining one of my future Whatnot shows, I will leave the link down in the description below. If you are already on Whatnot, you can click on the link and just give me a follow. And be sure to bookmark any future shows that I have scheduled. If you are completely new to Whatnot, you can click on the link down below. And if you sign up, you get $15 to use on either me or any other streamer that is on the platform. So that's pretty cool too. And as always, remember, if you are supporting me here, it's likely because you found me on TikTok. So be sure to follow me on TikTok, subscribe and like this video, and leave a comment on any suggestions you might have. And be sure to follow me on everything. I'm on Flip now. I'm on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, all at Bigsy Rips. Actually, Flip is at Bigsy because that's the only platform I've ever been able to get at Bigsy on, which is nice, but everything else is at Bigsy Rips. I'd like to thank everybody for their continued support. Let's keep it going.